I'm Bob Stern. I'm co-founder for the BU CTE Center. I'm also a professor in neurology, neurosurgery, and anatomy and neurobiology here at Boston University. My area of specialty within chronic traumatic encephalopathy is the clinical presentation of underlying CTE changes in the brain, as well as trying to figure out how to diagnose CTE during life through a variety of imaging and blood and spinal fluid tests. For the last 8 years or so, I've had the great honor of being the lead investigator for the DIAGNOSE CTE Research project. This is probably the research that I'm most proud of in my entire career. I have 3 other wonderful, incredible co-principal investigators from different institutions around the country, and we have around 30 investigators working on this project from around the globe. It's included 12, 13 different research institutions. And what it is a longitudinal study to try to describe the clinical presentation of CTE and to be able to develop ways of detecting and diagnosing CTE during life. We studied 240 individuals, all between the ages of 45 and 74, 120 former NFL players, 60 former college players who never played past college, and 60 volunteers who were the same age but never played any contact or collision sport. And all 240 of those folks went to one of our 4 sites around the country for a 3-day evaluation where they had 2 different PET scans, an extensive MRI scan, a spinal tap, blood draw with blood collection, a saliva collection, extensive neuropsychological tests and neuropsychiatric measures. Everyone had a study partner, they had neurological examinations. In other words, they had so much information gathered on them for us to be able to start developing and refining ways of describing what CTE looks like in the living and hopefully create ways of detecting and diagnosing CTE during life. And then people are now undergoing a 4-year remote follow-up assessment. And that means instead of coming back to those sites, because of COVID, we switched things, and now everyone has a video assessment and a telephone assessment, computerized testing, and we even have a blood draw that is done in the person's home. Throughout all of that work, we are now publishing really important findings having to do with PET studies, PET imaging, a scan that is able to detect that abnormal tau in CTE. It's not perfect, but we're getting there. We have the ability to look at structural changes in the brain, the ability to look at a variety of blood tests that are the newest on the horizon, and spinal fluid tests to be able to pick up minute quantities of different types of proteins and other molecules. And one of the biggest things that we've done in this study is to develop diagnostic criteria for the clinical manifestation of CTE that we refer to as traumatic encephalopathy syndrome. And we're doing a whole lot of research on that. One of the best things about this study has been meeting, either in person or virtually, these incredible participants, these 180 former players and 60 other volunteers who participated in the study. These are heroes. Every single one of our participants to me is a hero. To give so much time and energy and so much commitment to try to come up with some answers. It has been phenomenal. And the other really important thing for me has been this collaboration. 30 unbelievably talented investigators close collaborators who have been working together now for 8 years to try to come up with answers. That's what it's all about. We need to be able to figure out what is going on during life so we don't have to wait until someone dies to be able to understand chronic traumatic encephalopathy.